Good evening, everybody. Apparently, we are live. So great to see everybody signing in as I speak. And I hope you've all had a good week. It's been a very dull and horrible weekend here. We'll start talking about the weather first. It's been misty, it's been damp, it's been cold. But never mind, things are going to get better this week, I understand. So anyway, let's, what should we say? We've got Lisa's just joined us, Lisa Lasky. So we've got Team UK, USA there reporting and in for duty. Ian Barker's just joined us. He's saying good evening, Nick and Lydia. Good evening, Ian. Hope all is well with you. And talking of Ian's, Ian Miller will be joining us in a little while, providing he's not too tied up with his hedgehogs or whatever else. And just to let you know, it's his 57th birthday tonight. So that's before he actually gets alive at the moment. So I will sing happy birthday to Ian a little bit later. So who else has joined us? Jackie Skip's just joined us. Good evening, Jackie. Hope you're keeping well in this very cold and damp weather. Mike Yates has just joined us. He's saying hi, Nick, and Lydia. Hi, Mike. Hope all is well with you. George Breesley always gives me the thumbs up. Hey, nice to see you, George. Hope all is well with you and you're keeping well in these awkward times. Well, of course, Boris shocked us all. Well, he didn't really shock us all with the news that we're going to stay locked down. He reckons we're coming out of lockdown on the 2nd, but that doesn't help us because the pubs stay shut, surprisingly, but never mind. Right, we just have Mick Roberts, Mick and Bevan just joined us, so good evening, Mick. Hope all is well with you. Andy Smith, he's just saying good evening, brother-in-law. Nice to see you, Andy. Lydia saying good evening all. Martin Davis has just joined us, and Martin and Tina ready to do battle tonight, as are Jed and Tracy. They're checking in, raring to go. Good evening, Jed and Tracy. Hope all is well with you. I trust the weather's been almost the same with you as it is here. Overcast. It's very foggy again tonight. And cold, surprisingly. I thought it would be a bit warmer, but never mind. Andrew Lewis has just joined us. Good evening, Andrew. And Jane, hope all is well with you from sunny Yelvertoft. I hope you're keeping well. Robin's just saying, no, you will not be singing happy birthday to anybody. Oh, what a humbug. What a humbug, Robin. I can't believe that. Andrew Hedgecock's just joined us. Good evening, Andrew. Hope all is well with you. Keeping well? Got a pen and paper ready for some quizzing, which will start in approximately 13 minutes' time. Chris Speaker's just joined us. Good evening, Chris. I hope you're keeping well as well in sunny Newton. How's the weather out there? I expect it's exactly the same as it is here, although probably a degree or two colder. Never mind. Michelle's just joined us. Good evening, Michelle. James and Charlie and Michelle all here tonight, ready to do some battle. And Jackie's just, Faye does not make me a right old, what's that? Faye does not make me a right old booby. Right, tonight I'm pleased to be on some of my own beer. We brewed this probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We brewed plenty to keep us going up till Christmas, and it tastes very nice. And yeah, it's a bit cold. It's been outside all night, but never mind. Chris is coming up. I haven't got the foggiest, he says. What have I got here? A little joke I heard earlier. If I can get rid of the bit at the bottom there. Oh dear. Quickly post a silly joke for you all to digest. Last week we had some very, very good scores indeed. I did write them up on the Facebook today, but I quickly go through them to see what we've done. Oh dear, I can even see myself. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. Here we are. Right, I found it now. So, winning teams last week, we start off right at the top. Split the difference, and Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals ended up on a fantastic 59 points. They were hotly pursued by Squeaky Pob. Squeaky Pob ended up on 57 points. We had Team UK, USA, and Don Quixote, both very close behind on 56 points. PRS were on 54 points, and Anthony Ridgway, Pick a Mix, both on 53 points. Then we had a whole host of teams also getting into the 50s, which I won't go through, but well done to everybody that managed to get into the 50s last week. Tonight we have 6 rounds of just pretty general trivia. We start off, as always, with the initial letter and or numbers of the word Sunday the 29th. Sunday the 29th. Round number 2 tonight. For anybody that's taking part, you'll be interested to know they are all 5-letter answers. They're all 5-letter answers, and they all start with a vowel. So that makes it pretty straightforward. And just to help you even more, you'll find there's 2 A's, 2 E's, 2 I's, 2 O's, and 2 U's in that round. Then we have a connections round, a devious connections round tonight. 9 general knowledge questions, where question 10 asks for a connection between the previous 9 answers. Then we have an initial letter link, where we 9 general knowledge questions. We take the initial letters, rearrange them to spell out the answer to number 10. Round number 5 tonight is what's called a mystery letter round. Surprisingly, I don't tell you what the letter is, it's a mystery, but all the answers start with the same letter. Yes, I've been known to have the wrong letter before, but never mind. And finally, we'll end up tonight with a general trivia round, some rather silly, some straightforward questions, just to hopefully catch 1 or 2 teams out right at the end of the evening. Right, who else has joined us? So we've got, we have Ian's just on. What's he got? Got some more of your favourite toffee ale from Aldi. Very nice too. You'll be surprised to know, Ian, I have also got a bottle of toffee ale to keep me going later, just in case I run out of my own. Not that I will, but I might do. Georgia's just saying hello. So Georgia and Rory, good evening to you. Georgia Lambert and the Yorkies have joined us all the way from sunny York. I wonder what the weather's been up like in York. We've got the Rugby Rotary Club have just joined us. Good evening all. Hope all is well with each and every one of you. Shamelessly stolen from Facebook. Did you hear the local brewery has employed a man with 1 leg? He is in charge of the hops. That is actually quite funny, that. Pinky and Perky are here. Sarah's just joined us. Good evening, Sarah and Russ. And James and Joe, hope you're all there and keeping well. Jill Pugh and Steve have just joined us. Good evening, Jill and Steve. Roy's just asking, what's the mystery letter this week then, Nick? Aha! I could tell you, but then I'll have to kill you. It's Arabic, this letter this week, so it's not even in our language, but never mind, we'll see. Penny's just joined us from sunny Essex. Good evening, Penny. Holland on the Sea, isn't it? That's right, and I hope you're well. And Derek's just joined us. He says, finally here. Good evening, Derek. As says the Toft gang have just joined us. That's 2 teams from Toft. That sounds almost interesting, that. 2 teams from Toft. Graham and Jane Gifford, good evening to you, and hope all is well with you. Hillary's joined us, so good evening, Hills, along with the team from Home Alone 6, so it looks like they're in there. Chris Meads, good evening, Nick and Lydia. Anthony James from Don Quixote, signing in from the north, the south, and from Lower Hill Morton. Excellent. Paula Lewis is here. Now we're all in trouble. The Quizzy Rascals are here. Sorry about the, what's that, tears situation. Hopefully you can open at least on the 16th. Well, we'll see. Well, we might be able to open one on the 16th, but it really does beg the question, because neither of our pubs are particularly food venues. One certainly does a bit of food, but it appears the restrictions are quite restrictive. Well, they would be if there are restrictions, I suppose, but never mind. John O'Rourke, the famous 5, have just joined us. Good evening, John. Hope all is well with you and the gang. Full team tonight, John? I hope so. Gareth Williams just joined us. Gaz and Bean have joined us. Lisa Lasky is saying happy belated Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, yes, happy belated Thanksgiving to all of you in the USA. Anthony Ridgway was explaining about Thanksgiving on Facebook the other day, having lived there a few years, didn't you, Anthony? And they've just joined in, so good evening to Anthony as well. Clive and Janet joined us from Stockton, so good evening, Clive and Janet. And Squeaky Bob have joined us. Hello, Neil and Tracy. Hope you're all well, as our PRS have just signing in. Marie Hoop has said, Nick, are you doing any takeouts for the Christmas season? We certainly are. That's a good question. You'll have to Facebook me, really, or email me or something, me, and we'll talk about that and get it sorted for you. Right. What was I going to mention? Oh, yes, of course, next Sunday we're running our charity quiz in aid of the Myton Hospices in and around the Rugby area. Really in in memory of my sister-in-law Helen, who unfortunately succumbed to cancer last year, and it would be great for the more teams can join us, the better. We've already got about 30 teams signed up to do the quiz. Do feel free to join anyway. There's no limit on that, but we are giving away some cash prizes for some random teams next week. All you've got to do is follow the link below. There is a link below to the Just Giving page, and if you want to make a small contribution to our Just Giving page, we have already cracked £1,100 towards Myton Hospices, and that's before I've done the quiz. So remarkable effort there. So thank you everybody that has already contributed, and I know an awful lot of you have. But that's just to remind you, this is next Sunday, same time, same place. Do all sign in anyway, and we shall have some great fun, I'm sure. I'll try and make a dead easy quiz for you or something. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Right, we've just had Diane's just joined us watching On the Green Gecko again tonight. Excellent. What a great beer the Green Gecko is, Diane. Latham House Lockdown have just joined us. Good evening, Latham House. How are you all? Keeping well, I trust. Ian's just joined us. Good evening, Ian, and happy birthday to you. So, should we all sing happy birthday for Ian then? Yes. Can everybody sing in the background? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ian. Happy birthday to you. That's as much singing I'm doing, Robin. You could, of course, mute as I was going to say that. Hi to, what's that? Hi to the Williamses. Ian says, nice one. Well done, fabulous evening all. Anne and Dave from Essex as well. So Anne Anderson, lovely to see you, Anne. I hope all is well with you and Dave, keeping well. Robin saying that was intolerable. You're right, Robin. It was intolerable. I must go back to singing lessons and singing school. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah. What's that? Ian's on Bowmore Whiskies. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Never mind. Right then, I have already mentioned the teams last week that were winners, and it was some very, very good scores last week. This week's quiz comprises of the following rounds. We're starting off with, as always, we just use the initial letters and or numbers of the word Sunday the 29th. That's the first round. The second round, a little bit different. We have all the answers are 5-letter answers, and they all start with a vowel. Round number 3 is a connections round, where I ask 9 general knowledge questions and ask you for a connection between the previous 9 answers for question 10. Round number 4 tonight is an initial letter link. Again, 9 general knowledge questions, where you take the first letters of each of your answers from the previous 9 answers, rearrange them, and it will spell out something for question number 10. Round number 5 tonight is a mystery letter round. The thing is, I don't tell you what that mystery letter is, even if Roy's been trying to get it out of me, but never mind. And finally, tonight we will have a general trivia round, where we've got some tricky general trivia questions that most of you won't know, or could at least you can have a guess at them. That's the idea of these, but never mind. Now, do remember to give me a thumbs up if you like the quiz. It's a simple thing. You just hit the button. If you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, do feel free as well. The more thumbs up I get, the higher we get up in the rankings. I'm almost beginning to appear on the Google page now if you type in quizzes, but not quite, but we'll see. So thanks to all of those that like the quizzes. It does help with the rankings, he says. Never mind. Right, Footy Fox has just joined us, so good evening, Footy Fox 86. Ian says, bit peaty this whiskey, can't taste the citrus. Well, that's interesting, but never mind. Right then, we have just a minute and a half to go, and then we'll crack on with the quiz. Lisa's saying she's just united. Look forward to the quiz next week. Great cause and well done. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks to everybody else, of course, if you've already donated or made a small donation. It's all in a good cause for next week. I don't ask very often. Tonight is the 69th quiz of the year that I've done online. Of course, if you want to watch all 69 episodes, they're all on they're all on YouTube. You can go back and watch them all again. But you would be going for something like 69 times 2.5 hours, I suppose, 2 hours. Oh, God knows what I do. Yeah, 140 hours of watching if you really want to, but never mind. Right, it's great to see so many teams signed up tonight. We've got 76 concurrent users at the moment. We've got 20 likes, so thank you very much. Yes, I know Anne and Dave have already donated, so thanks for them. That's brilliant. And it's great news for everybody that has. Right, we have just a few seconds to go. So if you'd like to make sure you've also all got a piece of paper and a pen handy. For any teams that haven't done it before, I'm not sure there's any, but there might be 1 or 2. We mark after each round, and you mark your own answers, surprisingly. So it's a bit of honesty, that's all we ask. And we'll see who runs out winners tonight or not so, as the case may be. So make sure you've got your drinks and your nibbles handy, And if you're ready to go, here we go with round number one. So as I mentioned, round number one, you use the initial letters of the word Sunday, followed by the two numbers 2 and 9, followed by the T and the H. So here we go. First question. First answer even has got to start with the letter S. So here we go. Question number one, dead easy one at these awful times. What is a line of throat lozenges commonly found in Britain? They're used to relieve discomfort in the mouth and throat and are manufactured by Reckitt Beckinsale, one of Boots Healthcare International brands. It's a one-word answer I'm after, and it's a line of throat lozenges commonly found in Britain. They're used to relieve discomfort in the mouth and throat and are manufactured by Reckitt Beckinsale, one of the Boots Healthcare International brands. That starts with the letter S. I'm sure we've all sucked on one of those, so to speak, in our time. Well, maybe we haven't, but never mind. Sorry if that appeared a little rude. It wasn't meant to. This is an adult channel, after all. Right, question number two. What does the letter U stand for in the acronym UPS, as in the International Parcel Delivery Service? So what does the letter U stand for in the acronym UPS, as in the International Parcel Delivery Service? A fisherman friend, unfortunately, Ian. Yes. You don't want to go sucking on a fisherman's friend, do you? No. See, you are being rude, Ian. Less of that. I'm not convinced that was supposed to be rude, but never mind. Oh. Well, a really good turnout tonight. Lots of people taking part. I expect it's this dreadful cold weather, isn't it? Right, question number three. This starts with the letter N. N, marketed from 2005 to 2011. Which company created the N series of smartphones? So marketed from 2005 to 2011. Which company created the N series of smartphones? What's the input from Fleetwood? I thought they were made down in Cornwall somewhere. Right then, question number four. When Paddington Bear arrived in London, the Brown family furnished him with what style of coat? So question number four, starting with the letter D, which helps somewhat. When Paddington Bear arrived in London, the Brown family furnished him with what style of coat? Oh dear. Right, question number five, starting with the letter A, which helps somewhat. In the 2004 blockbuster Troy, what is the name of the character played by Brad Pitt? Are they being rude, Lydia? What's he putting here? Uncle Joe's Mint Balls. Oh dear, oh dear. Is that an answer to question one, Chris? I'm not quite sure. Question number five again. In the 2004 blockbuster Troy, what is the name of the character played by Brad Pitt? God, it's getting worse now. We've got the chef's chocolate salty balls. Oh dear. Question number six. Brother Steve will know this one, I'm sure. What was the surname of the Commander-in-Chief of the Imperial Japanese Navy and Combined Fleet during World War II until his death in 1943? So one-word answer I'm after, just his surname. So what was the surname of the Commander-in-Chief of the Imperial Japanese Navy and Combined Fleet during World War II until his death in 1943? Apparently he was shot down by the Americans on his way to somewhere. They intercepted a message, found out where he was going, and shot him down. What's Faye put? No, I haven't. What's she put? Nice one, Fleischer's. But I heard a rumour that Cadbury's are bringing out an Oriental chocolate bar. Could be a Chinese whisper. Oh, very clever indeed. I like that one. Right then, question number 7. Listen carefully. This has got to start with the number 2, which kind of gives it away a little bit. What is the name of the BBC sitcom that follows the lives of the Porters, a seemingly average family whose world is frequently turned upside down by bad luck and bizarre occurrences? Get really wordy, please. So question 7 again. What is the name of the BBC sitcom that follows the lives of the Porters, a seemingly average family whose world is frequently turned upside down by bad luck and bizarre occurrences? What's this? Mike Harding sang a song about Uncle Joe's mint balls. Mike Harding was quite a character, actually. Didn't Andrew know Mike Harding? Didn't he? Andy Smith, didn't you meet Mike Harding or know him or something? I don't know. Question number 8. This has got to start with the number 9, remember? What number is represented by the Roman numerals? You might like to write this down. CMLXVII. Something like that. So what number is represented by the Roman numerals CMLXVII? I. I like that. He did, Ian. Nice to know someone else is cultured on here. Oh, come on, Chris. Cultured. Everybody's cultured on this script. They wouldn't be doing the quiz unless they were cultured, surely. Right, that's your number 9. Question number 9 itself. I will allow you to use is it the definite article or the indefinite article? I can't remember now, but never mind. Whichever. Question number 9. What popular hymn is based on the Old Testament Psalm number 23? Got to start with the letter T. So what popular hymn is based on the Old Testament Psalm number 23? And finally, question number 10, starting with the letter H. H for Harry. What is a type of needlework stitch used in embroidery, knitting, and crochet? It is so named as it resembles the bones of a fish. So question 10 again, starting with the letter H. What is a type of needlework stitch used in embroidery, knitting, and crochet? It is so named as it resembles the bones of a fish. Jackie saying never been called cultured before. You underestimate yourself, Jackie. Cultured, everybody's cultured on here. Oh dear. Right, keep it going. Any more jokes? I'm happy to see some more jokes on there. Anybody need any more time? I think probably time enough for that little lot, wasn't it? Are you done there, Angela? You've got an answer for everything? Good. Well, the wife's got some kind of answers down. Whether they're right ones or wrong ones, we'll see. But are we ready to do some marking, everybody, after the first round? We are. We've only been live for 24 minutes, you'll be pleased to know. Perhaps I'm going a bit quick, but we'll see. Right, Sunday the 29th, starting off with the S. That throat lozenge that apparently suck to keep the throat nice and lubricated, so to speak, are Strepsils. Number 2, I was after United, as in UPS. The U stands for United. Number 3, that phone manufacturer for Nokia. Number 4, I was after the duffel coat, of course, a blue duffel coat, or whatever. Number 5 was Achilles. Number 6, it was Admiral Yamamoto I wanted. Yamamoto. Well done if you got that. Number 7 was that sitcom called 2.4 Children. The Average Family, I suppose. Number 8 The number I wanted, which is represented by CMLX of VII, is 967, according to Wikipedia. I couldn't work it out myself, but I'm sure I could. Number 9, that popular hymn based on the Old Testament, Psalm number 23, of course, is "The Lord is my shepherd, the Lord is my shepherd." And finally, number 10, that embroidery, knitting and crochet stitch is known as herringbone, herringbone. So well done if you got that. Right then, everybody, I don't think that was a particularly tricky round, but there might have been one or two caught out there. So we've got straight in with a 10, the Rugby Rotary Club, got Martin Davies with a 9, Chris Speaks with a 9, Michelle Gibbons with a 9, Squeaky Bob with a 9, the famous 5 straight in with a 10, Jed and Tracy in with a 10, Derek Sharman's in with a 10, Latham House Lockdowner in with a 10, we've got Tonkus Oti on a 9, we've got Sarah and the gang from Worcester on 8, we've got PRS on 10, Ian Miller's on 8, we've got Mike Yates on 10, and Anderson's on 8. Grant Gifford's on 10, Anthony Ridgway's on 10, we've got Andrew Lewis on 9, Colin Janet from Stockton on 10, we've got Home Loan 6 on 8, Boom Prize Girls are on 9, Split the Difference have managed 10, Pink and Perky are on 10, Steve Farnan and Dexter and Hills are on 10, we've got Gillian Pugh on 9. Team UK USA, good start on 10. Penny Graham, not so good start, but never mind Penny. Time to do better yet. 6. Footy Fox 86 is also on a 6. Quizzy Rascals are on 10. Georgia Lambert says 4 for the Yorkies. That was a bit dismal. Never mind, Georgia. Stick in there. They get easier, I'm sure. Gareth, Gaz and Bean are on 8. We've got Andrew Brown on 10. We've got Andrew Hedgecott doing well on a measly 6, he says. Mike Roberts is on 9. Well played, Mick. Right then, everybody, round number 2. Round number 2 is not exactly the same as whatever. Right, I'm looking for 5-letter answers. They're all 5-letter answers, and they all start with a vowel. We are looking for 2 of the answers starting with the letter A. 2 of the answers are starting with the letter E. 2 with I, 2 with O, 2 with U. You get the idea? So if you've got 3 E's, for instance, you've obviously got something wrong. So then, here we go. I think, what's that? Bowmore going down well. Just one of the 4 different bottles for my birthday. I am not a pisshead. No, I'm sure you're not, Ian. Right then, keeping the tradition up. That's what it's like for drinking for your birthday, isn't it? Why not? Here we go then. Now, round 2, question number 1. What common word means to run away secretly, especially in order to get married? Remember, I'm after a 5-letter answer, and it's got to start with a vowel. Might make that one rather too easy. So what common word means to run away secretly, especially in order to get married? That was far too easy, wasn't it? Question number 2. Question number 2. Faye's just put, a government survey reveals the Prime Minister is doing the work of 2 men, Laurel and Hardy. A good one, that. Right, question number 2. What word goes before the word suspects in the title of a 1995 American film following a convoluted interrogation centered on a mysterious mob boss known as Kaiser Soze? Good film. So what word goes before the word suspects in the title of a 1995 American film following a convoluted interrogation centered on a mysterious mob boss known as Kaiser Soze? George has just put, what do you call it when Batman skips church? Christian Bale. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Yeah, I like that one as well. We could always rate the jokes with a kind of a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I suppose. Couldn't we? Something like that. Right, question number 3. Do remember all these answers are 5-letter answers, starting with a vowel. Question number 3. What material was formerly used to make cutlery handles, billiard balls, piano keys, Scottish bagpipes, buttons, and a wide range of ornamental items? It's been used for just about anything in its time, I suppose. So what material was formerly used to make cutlery handles, billiard balls, piano keys, Scottish bagpipes, buttons, and a wide range of ornamental items? Question number 4 is a bit trickier. This is for all you builders out there. Named after Swiss-born William de Viger's company, what is a telescopic tubular steel prop used as a temporary building support? A one-word answer, obviously, 5 letters. All you architects will be straight over that one, as will all our builders amongst you. So, named after Swiss-born William de Viger's company, what is a telescopic tubular steel prop used as a temporary building support? But you didn't know it was named after a Swedish company, did you? Well, maybe you did. Question number 5. What word appears in the title of the debut studio album by British rock band Uriah Heep, released on the 13th of June 1970 by Vertigo Records in the United Kingdom? It is also a line spoken by Uriah Heep to David Copperfield. It's just a one-word answer I'm after. So what word appears in the title of the debut studio album by British rock band Uriah Heep? It is also a line spoken by Uriah Heep to David Copperfield. Matthew's just said, my wife screamed at me, you're bloody obsessed with those Star Wars movies, I'm leaving you. May divorce be with you, he replied. I replied. That's a good one. On the day that, what's his name, Darth Vader died, was it today? I think it was this morning or something, or last night. Good old Darth. I wonder what he sounded like on his deathbed. I bet he was going, sorry, sorry, that was probably horrible. Right then, question number 6. What is a species of savanna and plains antelope found in East and Southern Africa? So question number 6 again. What is a species of savanna and plains antelope found in East and Southern Africa? See, the Chancellor's wife is richer than the Queen. Yes, to her. Is she? Blimey. See. Question number 7. Which nerve is also known as the cranial nerve number 2? It is a paired nerve that transmits information from the opposite side of the fundus to the brain. Yeah, that's an interesting one. So which nerve is also known as cranial nerve number 2? It is a paired nerve that transmits information from the opposite side of the fundus to the brain. For all you medical students, that one, but never mind. I presume when it means it's a paired nerve, there's 2 of them, which probably makes it a bit easier. Right, question number 8, derived from Latin. What word literally means an imitation, likeness, or copy? So derived from Latin, what word literally means an imitation, a likeness, or a copy? Again, put some vowels down and come up with a word. 5 letters long, got to start with a vowel, and it can't be one that you've already used twice. I just heard my fridge making some strange noises. What is it doing? Sounds like there's something alive in my fridge. Perhaps there is. Right, question number 9. What is the Hawaiian word for love, affection, peace, compassion, and mercy that is commonly used as a simple greeting? So what is the Hawaiian word for love, affection, peace, compassion and mercy that is commonly used as a simple greeting? Very well known word, especially if you've ever been to Hawaii. And finally, question number 10, this will suit the Yorkies, this one. In the imperial system of measurements, 437.5 grains would be the equivalent of one watt. One of what other weight, sorry. So in the imperial system of measurements, 437.5 grains would be the equivalent of one of what other weight? I suppose if you can imagine 437 grains of rice, that's about what it would weigh, I suppose. And do remember it's imperial, so no metric rubbish in there. And it's got to be 5 letters long, and it's got to start with a vowel, of course. That's a good one, Chris. Did you know George Michael visited the Cadbury's factory? He caused chaos and produced a careless whisper. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. George is on about discriminating against the youth, Nick. Do you know, I was looking at the stats, Georgia, on the, you can get all the stats for the YouTube, whatever, and it shows the average age. I think the average age, you are probably one of the very few that you'll be pleased to know is in the younger age category. Oh dear, dear, dear. Right, that's the end of that round. So you should have 2 answers starting with an A, 2 answers starting with an E. You should have a couple starting with an I, a couple starting with an O, and a couple starting with a U. At least that's the way I read it. I don't know whether that's right. Of course, never mind. Oh, yeah, that looks about right, I think. Right then, how much longer do we need, everybody? Do I need to give you just a second or two to work those out? How far you got, Ange? Right, is everybody ready to do some marking? Or do we need any more time to try and work those out? Give me a quick, type something quickly or briefly into the chat column if you need a bit of extra time. If not, we'll get on and do some marking. Right then, looks like everybody's happy, I think. So here we go then. Let's go through the answers I've got and see whether they're the same as yours. We started off, the common word meaning to run away, of course, is to, what's that? No, more time. Oh, Jackie, sorry, obviously I wasn't waiting long enough, was I, for the, I'll give you a little bit longer. Give me a chance to top my glass up, not when it needs topping up much, but never mind. You'll be pleased to know the glass I've got tonight is not a very big glass, so although it may look as if I'm drinking copious amounts of beer, it's actually a very small measure. It's almost like a dram or something like that. Right, just a reminder quickly whilst we're going for that one. Quick reminder about next week's quiz on the 6th. It is a charity quiz, so that everybody knows, but everybody can take part. Don't feel that you can't take part, but if you'd like to make a donation, there is a link below the page here somewhere to Just Giving. If you'd like to make a small donation, you're more than welcome. And look forward to seeing you all next week. There are some cash prizes next week. We've got £50 up for first place. Well, I say first place. They're randomly picked prizes next week. I've been given some very nice perfumes and whatever else. And if everybody else wants to get a team name, do feel free. I've got most team names down now that I want, but I don't know whether you can actually change it in the chat column to your team name next week. I don't know whether that's possible, but we'll see. Right then, everybody, let's quickly go through the answers to round number 2. I think we're ready to get swapped or whatever. I say swapped. I used to swap in the pub. We don't do that anymore. You mark your own, don't you? Give it to somebody else to mark. Here we go then. Common word meaning to run away secretly is to elope, of course. Number 2, I was after the usual suspects. Number 3, those materials were made of ivory. Number 4 is called an acro. An acro, that's steel prop. named after the company, the Swiss-born company. Number 5, Uriah Heep. He kept on telling people how very humble he was. Very, very humble, he says. Number 6, of course, was the eland, that type of antelope. Number 7 is the optic nerve. It's a paired nerve because you've got 2 of them. It's called cranial nerve number 2, apparently. Number 8, derived from the Latin, the word for imitation, likeness, or copy is image, an image. Number 9, what is the Hawaiian word for love? That's aloha, aloha. And finally, number 10, equivalent to 437.5 grains. One of what are the weight? I was after the ounce, an ounce. So well done if you got that. Right, well, wait a minute. We've got a couple of jokes coming here. So wait a minute before you start putting everything. Let me see what Chris speaks. Right, Matthew's just said, I've had the best Black Friday bargain ever. Sir Philip Green sold me Top Shot for £1. He paid a profit then because he sold the old Empire for £1, didn't they? Chris speaks, but oh, bother. Sorry, what's Chris? But my friend had a brain transplant last week. It's a 2-stage process. He collects his thoughts next week. Very good. Right then. Here we go with total scores. Total scores in the Rugby Rotary Club. They've made a mistake because they've scored 0 on that round. They're on a total of 10 now, but I'm sure that means 20. Anthony Ridgway's on 20. Martin Davies, very consistent on 18. Squeaky Bomb on 17. Steve Farnham's on 17. Footy Vox have moved on to 13. Well played them. Split the difference on 20. We've got the famous 5 on 20. We got Dick Sharman on 19. Nick Roberts is on 19. Home Alone 6 are on 18. Jill Pugh. Does that mean 10 in all, Jill? I can't believe that, surely, but never mind. That may be I don't know what your total score is. Give me a total score, Jill. That can't be right. Michelle's on 18. We've got Don Quixote on 18. We've got Andrew and Jane Lewis on 18. We've got Anne Anderson on 17. Team UK USA are on 18. Andrew Hedgecott's moved on to 11. We've got the Booby Prize Girls on 17. Who else have we got to get in yet? There's a correction for the Rugby Rotary Club. Yes, they're on 20. We've got Latham House Lockdown on 18. Ian, Harry and Julian Ian, the full Monty, are on 19. We've got Jed and Tracy on 19. Jill Pugh, they're on 19, as I thought. Ian Miller's on 15. Gaz and Bean are on 15. Penny Graham's moved on to 13. Alex Brown's are now on 16. The Giffords are on 20. Very good. Pinky and Perky, they're on a fantastic 17. We've got Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals on 20. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 20. PRS are on 20. Sarah and our friends from Worcester are all on 15. Georgie Lambert have moved on. The Yorkies have moved on a fantastic 10. Andrew Lewis is on 18. We've got Don Quixote on 18. I think then I can go the other way because I've got these out of order, but never mind. What's the input at church this morning? The vicar was wearing a false nose and moustache. Oh, is it? I can't see it. It was a blessing in disguise. Oh, very good indeed. Oh, dear, dear. Alex has put, I got banned from my local petrol station for playing The Who too loudly. I won't get fueled again. See ya. Do we contact you at Victoria in Facebook page? Yes, that's the one. Yes, Victoria in Facebook page. That's what we need, Mary. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, where have we got to? Ian's just put, I was playing triangle in a Jamaican reggae band, but I've decided to quit. It was just one thing after another. That's a very good one. I like that, Ian. What's Roy put? I thought my wife was joking when she said she was going to leave me because of my obsession with the monkeys. Then I saw her face. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Should I sing that one for you? Then I saw her face. I'm a believer. No, sorry, Robin. I didn't mean to start singing. Right then, round number 3 is a connections round. 9 general knowledge questions, where question 10 asks for a connection between the previous 9 answers. So do remember, we're looking for a connection as you go through each of these answers. Try and figure out what the connection is. Devious connection tonight. Here we go then. Question number 1. Who was an English general practitioner who is believed to be the most prolific serial killer in modern history? It's a 2-word answer I'm after. So who was an English general practitioner who is believed to have been the most prolific serial killer in modern history? I think he topped himself a few years back. face just what I knelt to pick a buttercup. Why people leave buttocks lying around, I'll never know. Oh dear. That reminds me of the one where you park your bike, isn't it? Never mind. If I gave bands from the 60 scores out of 10, I'd give Dave Clark 5. Oh dear. Oh, that's dreadful, Alex. You do better than that, I'm sure. Question number 2, listen carefully. What is a 1990s British comedy starring Eric Idle and Robbie Coltrane, who disguise themselves in an attempt to find refuge from their fellow gangsters? It's a 4-word answer I'm after. So what is a 1990s British comedy film starring Eric Idle and Robbie Coltrane, who disguise themselves in an attempt to find refuge from their fellow gangsters? Question number 3 was a bit tricky to get a definitive one here, but I think I've tried to make it as clear as possible. Specifically depicted by the hat she wore, what was the occupation of the playing piece, which has now officially been replaced by Miss Orchid in the game of Cluedo? Does that make any sense whatsoever? So specifically depicted by the hat she wore, what was the occupation of the playing piece, which has now officially been replaced by Miss Orchid in the game of Cluedo? Now, anybody that hasn't given me a thumbs up, do feel free to give me a thumbs up in the thumbs up column. See whether I can beat last week's 30. I'm up to 24 so far. It's got to be a good quiz tonight. I've had plenty of jokes, so just hit the like button if you like it. If you don't, hit the down button. Question number 4. What was the name of the farmers Jonathan and Martha? Sorry, what was the name that farmers Jonathan and Martha gave to their adopted son Superman after he'd been sent to Earth? So what was the name of that farmers Jonathan and Martha gave to their adopted son Superman after he'd been sent to Earth? Alex put, my favourite teacher at school was Mrs. Turtle. She taught us well. Oh dear. Oh, that's dreadful. Yeah. Well done, Alex. That's better than the last attempt. I'll give you that. Question 5 follows on from question 4 and following on from the previous question. Who was the American actor, director, and activist who was best known for playing the title role in the film Superman and its 3 sequels? So question 5 again, and following on from the previous question, who was an American actor, director, and activist who was best known for playing the title role in the film Superman and its 3 sequels? That's a 2-word answer, obviously. Chris has just put, I went to my weekly camouflage class last week. I was so disappointed to see so many of my friends there. Oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. They say masturbation is better with dead arm, apparently arguing. What's that? That few. Ruined that few. Oh dear, I'm not reading that one out here. Too rude. Question number 6. Succeeded by Harry S. Truman and often referred to by his initials, which US president contracted polio when he was 39 years old? Sure, all our Rotarians will know that one. So succeeded by Harry S. Truman and often referred to by his initials, which US president contracted polio when he was 39 years old? It was mostly hidden from the American public at the time. Question number 7, dead easy one this. In which Somerset city would you find Pulteney Bridge, which gives stunning views of the River Avon, Wear and the Locks? So question 7 again, in which Somerset city would you find Pulteney Bridge, which gives stunning views of the River Avon, its Wear and the Locks? It was a good view, as I recall. Question number 8. This one's a bit trickier. The Europygium is the fleshy protuberance visible at the posterior end of a bird, most commonly a chicken or a turkey. But by what more common name do we know this? My mum used to love that. Well, to eat it, obviously. So question 8 again. The Europygium is the fleshy protuberance visible at the posterior end of a bird, most commonly a chicken or a turkey. But by what more common name do we know this? Question number 9. The spelling gives this away a little bit, so look when Lydia's posted the question. Known for their Pilsner style light beer, who are an American brewery based in Milwaukee and now wholly owned by Molson Coors. So known for their Pilsner style light beer, who are an American brewery based in Milwaukee and now wholly owned by Molson Coors. I even think we sell the stuff in our pub, I'm not quite sure. Don't know why, but we do. And finally, of course, what is the connection between the previous 9 answers? So what is the connection between the previous 9 answers? That's a tricky one. Bit devious, I know, but I'm sure a lot of you will work it out. There's some good brains out there. So you putting a list of prizes up, question marks, is Ian? Well, we've got 3 cash prizes, Ian, for next week. We've got a £50 prize, a £30 prize, and a £20 prize. Then we've got some donations from some people. Thank you very much. We've got a beer hamper from, was it Marks and Spencer's then? I think so. And we've got some soapy stuff. Toiletries. We've got some toiletries, sorry. Which have been given somewhere else. But yeah, basically it's the cash prizes up for grabs next week. What we're going to do is to pick some random scores. So basically you're providing your teams in the hat to start the quiz. We will be picking out random scores. What? Oh, random names. That's what we're going to do. Picking out random names of we're going to get all the names of all the teams that have signed up, and we will just draw some at random, so that we'll pick some winners at random, which will be good, rather than overall winner of the quiz, if that makes any sense. Right then, everybody, how are we doing as far as this is concerned? Have we all worked out a connection between them, or are we all struggling? Just let me know. Just let me know if we need any more time. Anybody need some more time? I will give you. Yeah, you need a bit more time. Does everybody else need a bit more time, or have you managed to work the connection out yet? Europygium. That's a good word, isn't it? Europygium. I did have to look up how the hell you say it, of course, pronounce it. No idea. I was going to say Europygium or something, but no, it's Europygium. It's been really good tonight. We've got currently 83 people online looking from different parts of the world, I'm sure, different areas of the country. So it's great to see. Do spread the word. If you've got any friends that want to come and do the quiz, the more the merrier. It's always good fun, especially if you can get in a team, or you can do a bit of Zooming together and get all the teams together. It's great. Right then, let's go through the connections round. Was a tricky one. Well, at least the connection was, but let's see how you fared with this one then. Right, the English general practitioner who is believed to be the most prolific serial killer in modern history, of course, was Harold Shipman. Number 2, I was after that film, Nuns on the Run. Number 3, of course, Miss Orchid replaced Mrs. White, who was basically her job, although she was a housekeeper. Specifically, I wanted a cook. A cook. It was shown by a hat on the playing card. She was a cook. Number 4 was Clark Kent, of course. Number 5, it was Christopher Reeve that played Superman. Number 6 was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Number 7 was that city of Bath, of course, in Somerset with Pulteney Bridge. Number 8 is better known, the Euro pigeon is better known as the Parson's Nose. The Parson's Nose. Bulbous bit at the end, but some people like to eat it. My mum used to eat it. Number 9 was, of course, Miller, as in Miller Lite. And finally, number 10, the connection, of course, the Canterbury Tales connects all this lot. The Miller's Tale, the Parson's Tale, the Bath Tale, the Franklin Tale, the Tale of Reeve Tale, Clark Tale, so on and so forth. Cook's Tale. So well done if you worked that out, because it was a bit of a tricky connection, but never mind. Right, we've got some scores in already. We have the Rugby Rotary Club. Well done indeed for working that one out on a fantastic 30 points. Samantha Fox has started a new career as a reporter. She's keeping abreast of the news. Derek Sharman's doing remarkably well. Well done, Derek. 29 points. Michelle and Charlie and the gang are doing well on 28. Got Mick Roberts on 29. Jed and Tracy are on 27. Steve Farman's on 24. And Alex Brown is doing well on 23. Martin Davis on 26. What do you call Chewbacca? 23. Well done, Ian. PRS are on 30 points. Well done, PRS. Donk was out here on 27. Oh, bother. It's just gone off the screen. Sarah and Russ, Joe and James, they're on 22 points. We've got Home Alone 6 on 28 points. Squeaky Popper on 26. Footy Fox 86 are on 18. We've got Famous 5 on 30. Well played, you. Anthony Ridgway and Paul and Trish are on 28. We've got Andrew and Jane Lewis on 23. And Anderson, we're doing very well. And Dave on 26. We've got Graham and Jane on 27 points. Well done, the Giffords. The Orchids have moved on a fantastic 12 points. Well played them. Where are we? Jill Pugh's now on 26. Chris Speaks 24. Adele's on 17. Well played, Adele. We got Pinky and Perky on 25 points. Penny Graham's struggling a bit on 18. Get easier, Penny, don't worry. Latham Lockdown, well done, on 25 points. Andrew's on 17 points as well. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 29 points. That's a good score, Gareth. Gaz and Bean are on 23. We've got Ian Sharrett, now the full Monty, on 27. My Yace is on 25. Split the Difference are on 28 and a half. Oh, that's going to be controversy there. We've got the Booby Prize Girls on 24. Team UK USA on 26. Never read Canterbury Tales, or neither have I actually, but never mind. There's a lot of tales. That's for sure. Oh dear, oh dear. The Reeves Tale, that was a good one by any standards. It was a good set. Oh dear. Right then, round number 4 is an initial letter link. We have 9 general knowledge questions, where question 10 asks you to rearrange your previous 9 answers, spell out a word. So here we go then. Question number 1. The Baroque composer George Philip Telemann was born in which modern-day country? So the Baroque composer George Philip Telemann was born in which modern-day country? Now, if you didn't know that, don't worry straight away. You might be able to get it at the end. Question number 2. In the film Wall Street, what meal did Gordon Gekko describe as being fit for wimps? It was one of the meals of the day. So which film, in the film Wall Street, what meal did Gordon Gekko describe as being fit for wimps? Question number 3, it was in the news not long ago. Which iconic luxury British sports car manufacturer has officially delayed all plans for electric vehicles after taking on a desperately needed new investment from Formula One billionaire Lawrence Stroll? So question 3 again. Which iconic luxury British sports car manufacturer has officially delayed all plans for electric vehicles after taking on a desperately needed new investment from Formula One billionaire Lawrence Stroll? Question number 4 is not too tricky. This is a nice easy one. Called Dolly Records, which country and western singer formed her own record label in 2007? So question 4 again. Called Dolly Records, which country and western singer formed her own record label in 2007? What's that? We've got... Sorry, I'm not reading any jokes. What have we got down here? Anything there? What do you call Chewbacca when he has chocolate stuck in his ear? What's that? Oh, it's all right. It's gone off the screen. Damn, where's it gone to? What do you call Chewbacca when he has chocolate stuck in his ear? Chocolate chip Wookie. Dear. Yeah, dear. I went to the VW drivers speed dating event the other night. I found a few women to make a pass at. Dear. Oh, that's got to be the worst joke of the night, that, Alex. Yes, that probably scores most. You can give yourself an extra point for that one. So, question that was right. Sorry. Question number 5. Getting back to the quiz, meaning not the slightest amount in English. What is the 9th letter of the Greek alphabet? So, question 5 again, meaning not the slightest amount in English. What is the 9th letter of the Greek alphabet? You've all heard of that one. Question number 6 just requires a little bit of, it's not many it could be really, but never mind, listen carefully. Round Bottom, Rooty Hill, and Rum Jungle are all towns which can be found in which Commonwealth country? There's only one it can be, surely. So Round Bottom, Rooty Hill, and Rum Jungle are all towns which can be found in which Commonwealth country? See, Alex has come up with another one. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Alex has just said Dolly Parton got a job as a bus driver in the UK. She was driving the Woking 9 to 5. Oh, dear. That's dreadful. Yeah, that's pretty bad. What's Chris said? Did you know that the stair banister was invented by the, what's that, Chinaman living in America? His name was Ray Long. See ya. Oh, dear. Get worse, don't they? Question number 7. Listen carefully. This is for all you phobia fans. Buffonophobia can be defined as the irrational fear of what type of animal? So buffonophobia can be defined as the irrational fear of what type of animal? This has come up on the chase a few times. So you need to know that one as a good quizzer, I'm sure. Question number 8. Half the World Away is a song by which English rock band? It is well known as the theme tune to the popular BBC sitcom The Royal Family. Oh dear, Jackie. No, that really rates as the worst joke of the day. I tried catching the fog today. I missed. Oh dear, I give up, really. That's dreadful. Well done, Jackie. Probably the worst joke of the night. It was even worse than Alex's previous joke, that one. But never mind. Question number 9. This is the trickiest one in the round. Who was the 3rd pharaoh of the 19th dynasty of Egypt. He is often regarded as the greatest, most celebrated, and most powerful pharaoh of the New Kingdom. What's Roy put? The inventor of the sexual innuendo has just passed away. His wife's taking it really hard. I bet she is. Dear, 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 it gets worse. Do feel free to switch off if it's getting too crude with some of these jokes. Never mind. So question 9 again, listen carefully. Who was the third pharaoh of the 19th dynasty of Egypt? He is often regarded as the greatest, most celebrated and most powerful pharaoh of the New Kingdom. Now, most of you should have at least 7 or 8 of those. So this might help you. Question number 10. And finally, if you rearrange the initial letters of the previous 9 answers, you should find an epic historical drama film directed by Ridley Scott. I'm not giving you a year because it'd probably give it away too much. So, and finally, if you rearrange the initial letters of the previous 9 answers, you should find an epic historical drama film directed by Ridley Scott. I'm sure most of you have seen it. It's a 9-letter, single-word answer. Great film it was too, wasn't it, Liz? Excellent. That's very common. Jackie's just asking, is there a prize for the worst joke? Well, you can donate yourself a point for that one, Jackie. That was dreadful. Unless everybody's going to take umbrage, in which case. Right, how are we all doing? Oh dear, Chris has just put, I started a chest reconstruction business, but it failed embarrassingly. I made a right tit of myself. Yeah, maybe that's, I don't know. Right. Oh dear. Definitely worth a point, Jackie. Right, how are we all doing? Have you managed to work out the film, most people? If you've worked out the film, you can then work back and see what you've got missing, see if there's any letters that might be this or that. Surely not yet, Ian. Oh, Martin needs a bit more time. Go on, Martin. I noticed your post, Martin, about and a very good photograph of one of your squirrels on your squirrel bench. Was excellent photograph, I thought. So it only goes to show they're working well. We put, did I tell you, Martin, we put, I think the one you gave me, the little squirrel bench, we put on the inside of the pub, not to encourage squirrels to come into the pub, but because it looked so nice, we put it up on the wall. So. What's that? It looks good. A diddly eye diet, diddly eye. Disney again to sponsor the London Eye. It will be. Oh, right. Robin's just put, Disney are now going to sponsor the London Eye. It will now be called the London Diddly Eye Diddly Eye. So you go. Yeah, very good. Right then, let's get through some answers. We are now 1 hour and 9 minutes into the quiz. We've finished round 4, just about. So let me give you the answers to this little lot. So the Baroque composer after George Philipp Telemann was born in Germany. Number 2, in the film Wall Street, what meal did Gordon Gekko describe as being fit for wimps? That was a lunch. Didn't like people going out for lunch. Number 3, that luxury sports car manufacturer I wanted was Aston Martin. Number 4, called Dolly Records. Of course, it was Dolly Parton I was after. Number 5, meaning not the slightest amount in English. It was the iota, is the 9th letter of the Greek alphabet. Number 6, Round Bottom, Rooty Hill, and Rum Jungle are all towns in Australia. Number 7, Buffonophobia is the irrational fear of toads. Number 8, Half the World Away is a song by Oasis. Number 9, that was the trickiest one. It was Ramesses. Ramesses I was after. And finally, if you rearrange the initial letters of the previous 9 answers, you should have ended up with that Ridley Scott film, Gladiator. Gladiator. So well done, you lot. That was short. Oh dear. Yeah, well, I didn't sing it too much, did I, Robin? I was trying to keep quiet. Right, here we go. Martin Davis, straight in with 34. Ian Miller's with 29. Steve Fallon, Hills, and Dexter with 31. Is Dexter asleep, by the way, or is he still pacing around ready to go out? Jed and Tracy are on 34 points. We've got Sarah, Russ, and the other 2. James and Joe, so on 29 points. Squeaky Bob on 34. PRS, 40 points. Mike Yates is on 34. Oh, bother, it's gone off the screen, sorry. Mike Yates is on 34. The Giffords have now moved on to 35. We've got Chris Speak on 32. Home Alone 6 are on 35. The Ridgeways are on 35. The Rugby Rose Club are on 38 points. Mick Roberts on a fantastic 39 points. Well played, Mick. And Anderson's on 32. Gaz and Bain are on 31. We've got Adele. She's on 25 points. Well played, Adele. Andrew Lewis is on 28. We've got Don Quixote on 37. Michelle Gibbons is on 38. Andrew Hedgecott says another 6. He's not giving away his total score. Well played, Andrew. Funny Fox is on 22. We've got Derek Sharman now on 39 points. The Pews, Stephen Giller on 34. We've got the famous 5 also on 39 points. Some great scores out here tonight. We've got Paula Lewis also on 39 points. Oh dear. Squeaky Bob. I've just found that there's a library at the end of the road. They kept that quiet. Very good. Lisa Lasky, Team UK USA recovered with a full score there. Now up to 36 points. Penny Graham's on 24. Well played, Penny. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 38. You don't need a parachute to go skydiving. You'll need a parachute to go skydiving twice. Oh dear. Pinky and Perky are on 34 points. Split the difference, 37.5. We've got Georgia. Lambert and the Yorkies on a fantastic 16 points. The Booby Prize girls are on 32. Harry Jr. Ian on the full Monty are on 36. Dexter is well asleep. He's recovering from Coombe Abbey this morning. Oh, that's fair enough. A good old walk around there. And the Latham House lockdown. Well played there on 31 points. So well played there. Right then, round number 5 is a mystery letter round. We have 10 just straightforward general knowledge questions. They all start with the same letter. I don't know whether they're all one-word answers. No, they're not all one-word answers. Most of them are two-word answers by the looks of things, but never mind. So here we go. Eyes don't look it. All the answers start with the same letter, so they probably get easier as you go down, which will help. So question number 1, often seen at the seaside, crescentric, linear, star, dome, and parabolic are all types of what naturally occurring phenomena? So often seen at the seaside, crescentric, linear, star, dome, and parabolic are all types of what naturally occurring phenomena? Now that's a good one, Lisa. We took our dog to the vets. They found a Notre Dame, a Louvre, and an Eiffel Tower. Poor thing is full of parasites. Oh dear, parasites. Oh dear. Nice one. That was a nice one, Lisa. Well done with that one. Question number 2. Headquartered in Gothenburg, or Gothenburg, Sweden, what is one of the largest ferry operators in the world, with services serving Denmark, Germany, Ireland, Latvia, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Sweden, and the United Kingdom? It's a two-word answer. So headquartered in Gothenburg, Sweden, what is one of the largest ferry operators in the world, with services serving Denmark, Germany, Ireland, Latvia, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Sweden, and the United Kingdom. Sorry about all that lot, but there are a lot of them. That's why it's so big, I suppose. Two-word answer. It starts with the same letter that starts number one. Now, if you haven't got off the mark yet, question number 3 might help you. Which Asian country unexpectedly won the Cricket World Cup in 1996? I'll help you. It's a two-word answer. So which Asian country unexpectedly won the Cricket World Cup in 1996? Well, I think the feed seems to be fairly stable tonight, thankfully. We seem to have a steady amount of people online, which is great to see. And I hate it when it's going up and down like the Assyrian Empire, because it means that people are losing connection all the time. Right, question number 4. It was in the news a few years ago, not commonly heard of so much now. What name is given to the condition which for many years was more commonly known as coal miner's lung or potter's rot? Sounds a bit horrible, doesn't it? So what name is given to the condition which for many years was more commonly known as coal miner's lung or potter's rot? That's a one-word answer, starting, of course, with the same letter. Question number 5. Alongside his wife, Terry, who hosted the TV series The Crocodile Hunter from 1996 to 2007? It's a two-word answer I'm after. So alongside his wife, Terry, who hosted the TV series The Crocodile Hunter from 1996 to 2007. Two-word answer. Obviously, I need his Christian name and his surname. The Christian name is the same letter as all the other answers. Question number 6 is one of those that, again, a good old quiz question, this, that most people should know, comes up in quizzes before. Which famous actor had a small role in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and donated his fee for the film to charity? That's a two-word answer again. So which famous actor had a small role in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and donated his fee for the film to charity? I'll perhaps give you a little clue. He died very recently. It's perhaps a bit too easy. Little John. Friar Tuck. Oh dear. Ian's put Little John in the chat there. Don't think it was Little John, Ian. You can have a think. Question number 7 for all you Northerners. Which football team has the nickname the Blades? They compete in the Championship, the second tier of English football. Actually, I didn't check that. So I didn't actually check that, because they go up and down like this, you know. I mean, they go up and down all these football clubs. Somebody's going to tell me off there. Oh, what they did? All right, they used to. I'm going to change that answer quickly, because used to. Yeah, you're all correcting me. Okay, I knew I'd get that one wrong as soon as I looked at it. Is normally when there's a question like this that comes up, which I've either robbed or stolen from somewhere, the likelihood is they've changed their league. So here we go. I'm going to say it again. Which football team has the nickname the Blades? They used to compete in the Championship, the second tier of English football. And by the looks of it, everybody knows they're in the Premiership now. Oh, well. It only goes to show how many people actually know the answer, doesn't it? So clearly it can't be that hard, can it? I was just testing, obviously, to make sure you was paying attention. You're right, Robin. I haven't watched an awful lot of football, to be fair, recently. But never mind. Question number 8. Also, the corporate headquarters of Microsoft in which US Pacific coastal state is the coastal city is the TV series Grey's Anatomy set? So question 8 again. Also, the corporate headquarters of Microsoft in which US Pacific coastal city is the TV series Grey's Anatomy set? Didn't like that very well, that question, did I? Never mind. Question number 9, 2-word answer. Which famous diarist had a 2-ounce stone cut from his bladder in the year 1658? Not a good year to have an operation, I don't think, but never mind. When needs must. So question 9 again. Which famous diarist had a 2-ounce stone cut from his bladder in the year 1658? God knows what he'd been eating. Stones, probably. And finally, question 10. This will. Was that sure that wasn't the time? It could have been. And finally, question number 10. This will test your general knowledge. In Greek mythology, who was punished by Hades for his deceitfulness by being forced to roll an immense boulder up a hill, only for it to roll down every time he neared the top, repeating this action for eternity? Yeah, I think it's got one. So in Greek mythology, who punished Hades for his deceitfulness by being forced to roll an immense boulder up a hill, only for it to roll down every time he neared the top, repeating this action for eternity? Now, do remember, all the answers got to start with the letter. Same letter even, not with the letter. I was just about to give that one away. Never mind, they all start with the same letter. Round 6-1 reads a bit. Oh, perhaps I didn't finish doing that one. Which had been. Yeah, been needs to go in there. Had been given. Right then, everybody, you should have 10 answers. They should all start with the same letter if you're lucky. If they don't start with the same letter, we're in trouble, but never mind. What's that? Yes. No, it's not. It sounds the same, but it's not. Different thing. Right then, everybody. How are we doing? Do we need any extra time for those, or are we all right? Have you all worked that out? Remember, all your answers are supposed to start with the same letter. Right, Ian says he's all right, so let's be all right and let's crack on. It's it's nearly 2:30 now. It's 9:25. Right, here we go then. Mystery letter round. We started off that seaside crescentric, linear, star, dome, and parabolic are all types of sand dunes. Well done if you got that. That's not too easy. Number 2, the headquartered in Gothenburg. It was Stena Line I was after, that ferry operator. Number 3, the Asian country I was after, of course, was Sri Lanka. Number 4 is known as silicosis of the lung. Number 5, alongside with wife Terry, it was Steve Irwin I wanted. Number 6 was Sean Connery, who donated his film fee to charity. Number 7 was Sheffield United, now of course in the Premier League, which I was just waiting for somebody to point that one out. Number 8 was the city of Seattle on the Pacific coast. Number 9, I was after Samuel Pepys, that apparently had a 2-ounce stone cut from his bladder. God knows whether they patched that up properly. And finally, of course, it was Sisyphus, that had to roll a boulder up the hill every day for eternity, as in Sisyphean action or whatever else. Good word. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how you've done. The Rotary Club moved on to a fantastic 48 points. Well played them. Sarah, Russ, Joe and James have moved on to 39. We've got Jen and Tracy on 44. Steve and Hills and Dexter the dog who's asleep are on 40. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 3. Now, that's not right. Don Quixote on 46. PRS, 50 points. 50 points. Harry and Julia on 45. Mick Robertson on 49 points. Well done, Mick. Anthony Ridgeway's on 43. The Giffords, Graham and Jane, are on 43. Martin Davis, the answer to life, etc., on 42 points. Well done, Martin. Alex Brown's now moved on to, he's just disappeared off my screen. Sorry, Alex. 38 points. Jane and Andrew Lewis are on 37. Mike Yates has moved on to 42. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals are on 48. Jill and Steve Peel on 41. We've got Derek Sharman on 48 points. Anne Anderson's now on 41. We've got Home Alone 6 on 43. Gaz and Bean are on 39. Squeaky Pop have moved on to 42. Split the difference and now on 46.5. 40 Fox 86 are on 29. Adele, she moved on to 31. Well done, Adele. 19 for the Yorkies. Not our night tonight. They're saying, never mind, Georgia. Last round, you'll be pleased to know. Nobody will know anything. Penny Graham's on 31. Well done, Penny. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton. They're saying oops on 47. That can't be an oops. That's a fantastic score. Ian Miller's moved on to 38. We've got Latham House Lockdown on 37. The famous 5 there or thereabouts on 48 points. Andrew Hedgecock's moved on to 30. Well done, Andrew. We've got Pinky and Perky on 41. Team UK USA, not too bad on a fantastic 45 points. Michelle's moved on to 46 points. We've got the Booby Prize girls on 39 points. So well played, everybody. Some great scores out there. One team at the moment, they haven't dropped a point. So I hope it's not all over and done and dusted, because the last round, of course, as always, is 10 tricky questions. Some are multiple choice. This will catch a few out. If PRS come out with a full 60, then I'll know there's something wrong. No, we'll see. But they may well do. You never know. Good guessing is always a part of good quizzing, is also good guessing. So here we go then. A general trivia round, round number 6. Question number 1. It's a multiple choice answer, but I will give you some choices. So in 1987, the Jockey Club of Great Britain ruled that what type of chocolate bar, which had been given to a horse called de Rigueur, contained a banned stimulant, saddling the trainer with a hefty fine? I'll give you the choice. Was it a Mars bar, a Kit Kat, or a wagon wheel? It's a stupid question, isn't it? So in 1987, the Jockey Club of Great Britain ruled that what type of chocolate bar, which had been given to a horse called de Rigueur, contained a banned stimulant, saddling his trainer with a fine, with a hefty fine. I've put fine twice there, haven't I? I'll give you the choice. Was it a Mars bar, a Kit Kat, or a wagon wheel? Multiple choice, the first one. Question number 2 isn't multiple choice. This is straightforward enough. Found mostly in Central America. What type of animal is a scaly throated leaf tosser? My brother Steve will know that one straight away. He's been there, I think. No, maybe not. So question 2 again, found mostly in Central America. What type of animal is a scaly throated leaf tosser? Question number 3, again a multiple choice question. You'll like this one. How many little puppy dogs would you find embossed on a standard roll of Andrex toilet paper? I'll give you the choice. Is it 475, 985, or 1395? So question 3 again, and it is only an approximation. You're pleased now. I haven't actually counted them, and that might vary between rolls, but this is an approximation. How many little puppy dogs would you find embossed on a standard roll of Andrex toilet paper? I'll give you the choice. Is it 475, 985, or 1395? What a crap question. That deserves a point, that does, Carol. Oh dear. Well, I was trying to find the one about Cushell. In fact, it's very difficult to glean information from websites about how many things you've got embossed on a toilet roll. Bog standard answer. Oh dear. Oh dear. Martin says, thinking of your favourite planet again. Do you know, I think I saw it the other night, Martin. I took a picture and I think I've spied my planet. It's very difficult to see, I'll give you that. I thought you counted them. Well, I did, but I averaged it out, Derek. So anyway, question number 4. Only bees, now listen carefully, only bees of which gender can actually sting you? I'll give you the choice. Is it the male bees or the female bees? You saw Uranus without a mirror. My telescope's got a mirror, thankfully, Robin. And it's not for looking at my anus. So, no, and it's not for looking at Uranus either. Sorry. Oh dear, I'm being rude now. Did you know that, well, I was going to say there are no transgender bees. Did you know that, yes, female bees are actually closely related to their sisters, more closely related now to their own children, apparently. You might say they don't have children, but interesting fact that. Right, question number 5, here we go. Who in 1907 said, "I've never had an accident worth talking about"? These words came back to haunt him 5 years later. So question number 5 again. Who in 1907 said, "I've never had an accident worth talking about"? These words came back to haunt him 5 years later. Sure, you can work that one out. Diane's book. I'm offended that you've assumed that there are only 2 genders of bees. God knows. Oh dear. Very complicated, actually, bee culture, I have to say, but never mind. Question number 6. Listen carefully. Henry II had a court jester called Roland, whose only job was to do what on Christmas Day? He got a house for this, apparently. I'll give you the choice. Is it to pass wind, to belch loudly, or to keep the king's wife entertained? Oh, very, very witty, that one, Robin. LBGT. Very good. Very good indeed. Question number 6. Henry II had a court jester called Roland, whose only job was to do what on Christmas Day? I'll give you the choice. Was it to pass wind, to belch loudly, or to keep the king's wife entertained? What, keep the king's wife entertained? Oh. It's funny what you can find, you know, if you start researching things, but that was a daft bit of information, but never mind. Ian's put in some kind of Swahili, if it's Toyo pass wind, you mean to pass wind? Are you good at that? Ask the wife. I'm sure we don't have to ask the wife here, and I'll probably, my wife would say the same, but never mind. Question number 7. St. Martin's Summer is a name for warm weather in which other season of the year? It's a good quiz question. So question 7 again. St. Martin's Summer is a name for warm weather in which other season of the year? We've all heard of an Indian summer, but don't call me Windy for nothing, Windy Miller. Oh dear God. What was Windy Miller in? Was it Trumpton? Was it Camberwick Green, wasn't it? Camberwick Green. Question number 8 is another multiple choice question. This one will suit Martin Davies, obviously knowing his places in Wales. Which of these is a hill in the Black Mountains of Wales? Again, I'll give you the choice. Is it Earl Carmarthen's Crag, Lord Hereford's Knob, or is it Duke of Monmouth's Mount? So question 8 again. Which of these is a hill in the Black Mountains of Wales? Again, I'll give you the choice. Is it the Earl of Carmarthen's Crag, Lord Hereford's Knob, or is it the Duke of Monmouth's Mount? One of those is definitely a hill in the Black Mountains. They're tricky on a bike, the Black Mountains. You don't want to go up there. You get a bit of a pain in the Grizzlies going up there, I'll tell you. Question number 9. I was trying not to be too rude with this one. I did find some ruder things, but never mind. Where in the human body would you find your perlicue? Again, I'll give you the choice. Is it your hand, your nose, or your knee? So where in the human body would you find your perlicue? Again, I'll give you the choice. Is it your hand, your nose, or your knee? Too many multiple choices, I know, but this will sort the teams out. This gives everybody a chance. I know I hate multiple choice. The chase. Well done, Jane. It's definitely on the chase a few weeks back, that one. And finally, question number 10. Now, this is that's it. You're over and done. You can all switch off in a second. Question number 10. Now the country's largest producer. On what continent would you find the Sula wine region? So question 10 again. Now the country's largest producer. On what continent would you find the Sula wine region? Marketed by Marks and Spencer's in the UK, apparently. Cheers, Ian. I hope you've had a good birthday today. Right then, everybody, this could be the crucial round, so just do some good guessing, especially with those ones which are multiple choice. I hate multiple choice questions as well, but never mind, it's all for a bit of fun. That's what it's all about. So let's not take it too seriously. It's not as if there's money up for grabs, is there? Well, not this week, but there will be next week. So let's take it a bit more seriously there. Clive and Janet, they've just put, it's a Grustat quiz. Well done, Clive and Janet. Let's see. Right then, are we ready to do some marking? Have I given you enough time? I'm sure I have. You can't really work some of those out. You can have a go. Right then, here we go then. I will do some marking and then we'll see how you've all fared. Question number 1, the Jockey Club ruled that what type of chocolate bar had been given to a horse? It contained a banned stimulant. Well, apparently chocolate does contain some banned stimulant. I can't remember what it was, but never mind. And they'd given the horse a Mars bar, apparently, a Mars bar. So that's what that was question number 1. The scaly-throated leaf tosser is a bird. Number 3, there are 1,395 approximately little puppy dogs embossed on a standard roll of Andrex toilet paper. There are 5 approximately on each sheet. And if you divide that by that, it'll give you how many sheets there are on an average roll. Question number 4, only bees of which gender can actually sting you? They are the females. Number 4, of course, 1907, 5 years later, was 1912. It was Captain Edward John Smith of the Titanic, who had said previously, I've never had an accident worth talking about. Number 6, Henry II and the court jester called Roland, whose only job was apparently to skip, jump and fart on Christmas Day. So past wind was what I was after there. Number 7, St. Martin's Summer is the name for warm weather in autumn. Number 8, I was after the hill is called Lord Hereford's Knob. So well done if you've got that. Number 9, of course, the perlicue is that little bit between this loose piece of skin between your forefinger and your thumb. The perlicue. So well done if you got that. Was hand I was after. And finally, number 10, now the country's largest producer. On what continent would you find the Sula wine region? Well, the Sula wine region is in India, so the answer was Asia. Asia I was after. Well done if you got that. Right then, everybody, we'll have some scores in. Not before I remind you about next week's quiz, which we're doing. Let's get it advertised. Anybody want to share it next week, do feel free when I put it on my quiz page to just make sure you share it with others. And if anybody else wants to take part, more the merrier next week. It'll be good fun. Right, then we've got some scores in. Mick Roberts has ended up on a fantastic 56 points. Well played, Mick. Alex Brown on 42. We've got Graham Gifford on 48. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on 58 points. Well played them. Squeaky Bob on 52. Derek Sharman ends up with 56. Well played, Martin Davis. The last round was our worst ever in this series of quizzes. I don't blame you, Martin. It probably would have been mine. 44 points. However, PRS, I've ended up with 59 points, having dropped 1 point on the last round. Be interested to know which one you got wrong. Jen and Tracy on 52. Michelle Gibbons has ended up on 50. We've got Ian Miller on 45. The Ridgeways, they've said, oh, it's just gone off the page. Oh, bother. Hardest round you've ever done. Yeah, it probably was. It's because it was a trick round, really, Anthony. Never mind. It was to try and sort somebody out. Harry and Julie on 54. Sarah's done well on 44. Chris Speak. Thanks, Chris. Mike Yates on 47. The Ridgeways ended up on 47. Georgie Lambert, 25 for the Yorkies tonight. Footy Fox, 86-32. Don Quixote ended up in the 50s on 52 points. Ann Anderson on 48. That's Alan. Sorry, Alan, Dave. Penny Graham's ended up on 38. Well played then. The famous five ended up on 53. We've got Climbing Janet from Stockton on 52. Gazan Bean on 41. We have Gillian Steve Pugh on 49, just pipping Home Alone 6 on 48. Michelle Gibbons ends up on 50. Well played, Graham Gifford. Many thanks, Nick and Lydia. Good night. Thanks all. Split the difference on 56.5. Adele, well done, Adele, on 36 points. And good night, everybody. And thank you very much for taking part in tonight's quiz. Do feel free if you want to come and join us for next week's charity quiz. And also Wednesday night, we'll be doing a standard quiz on a Wednesday night. Again, 6 rounds of general trivia. And then we'll build up to next week's and see how we go. But it's great to see so many people lined in. Do feel free, if you've not given me a quick thumbs up on the little tick box. I've got 27 likes tonight. Hit the like button before you go off, and we'll see whether we can hit 30 likes tonight, but all the better. So good night to Jaron, Jason, Dave. Good evening, Carol. Good night to Andrew. Good night to Chris. Good night to Mike, Lydia, Sarah, Squeaky Pop. Ian Miller, good night, and happy birthday, Ian. Robin, good night, Robin, Faye, Diane Martin, and everybody else. Thank you all for taking part in tonight's quiz. Let's hope we can have a great night next Sunday night. And if not, do come and join us on Wednesday, where we will be doing 6 rounds of just general trivia to keep you all going during these tricky times, because it is a tricky times at the moment. So there's from Sunny Rugby signing off. Good night all, and we'll see you all Wednesday, if not next Sunday night, for some more trivia to keep you going. Cheers. Good night all. Wow.